Talk shit.
All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Free Rein 6M podcast. We have had a crazy 24 hours.
Yeah.
Made it on the news. I was fucking hanging out, minding my business, and Dad calls me that he gets a call from Fox 4. I'm like, all right, cool. We were kind of skeptical, didn't know what exactly that might be for, but we were like, yeah, go ahead, call. Calls me back. He's like, they're ready to interview me in 15 minutes. So I'm like, dude, I want to go. And I called Zane. We were like, gearing up. We fucking rode right down there, and But there's Dad. We got Christian. We got Zane, the whole gang. So from there, I'll let y'all take it.
Yeah, just give the background. I was at the office late yesterday wrapping up a couple of things and actually on the phone with our county surveyor about some business, and I missed a call and it went to voicemail. And so after I got off, I checked it, and it was a guy with Fox 4 and something to do about an anonymous email that came to them about the Public Works Director, Jeff Fisher, KCK, Free Rein podcast, and something about Civil War and that kind of stuff. And so I called him. Well, I called you first. I said, did we do something that I didn't know about? And I forgot about the one episode. Yeah. And so I called him. We talked for quite a while because, it was tied to my career, and I want to be real careful about how we do things with Free Rein, and it doesn't mix with my career, my public service career. So anyway, long discussion. He wanted to meet on camera, so I was, real careful about sort of setting the stage, making sure he knew what Free Rein was about, and so then I agreed to meet. We met over on the Missouri side, and brought you guys over, of course, like you said. And then we had that long conversation with both of them, just to make sure they knew what Free Rein was about, so they could ask the right questions. And of course, they wanted to tie it to what the email that was about my employment and that kind of thing. So anyway, that's how it went. I thought they did an excellent job editing the video, and they got a little shock value out of it. I missed the 9 o'clock, but based on what I heard, it kind of set up the 10 o'clock. So I thought it worked out well. It didn't hurt my employer, because we didn't tie it to my employer, and I thought it created a lot of conversation about Free Rein and freedom and that kind of thing.
Definitely awesome. Propped us up a little bit for the time being, and it was a cool experience. I mean, hopping on there, like, I was like, at first I was like, these motherfuckers are gonna try and make us look stupid, or just pin us in on some shit. But what we said on the podcast is real. It's a real possibility. Civil War, and what we said on the news is how we feel.
Right. Well, in the podcast, we covered a lot of ground in that episode 21, I think it was, and they took the one quote out of it. So a person that doesn't know anything about how we operate, how we think, and that kind of thing, and they see that raises some eyebrows. I get that. But if you watch the whole podcast and watch other content that we do, and you understand what we're about, then that one quote means something different. Right?
Yeah, and we'll put the video at the end of this podcast so you guys can watch it. But yeah, we've got a ton of interaction on social media. A lot of people that have been supporting the whole time are excited for the movement and for the message.
Right.
To just be able to take it to the news is awesome. We weren't expecting that at all.
Right.
They came to us. Somebody told on you.
Yeah.
For talking some shit.
Yeah.
Not even talking some shit. It was real.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
that's a badass fucking quote, though. Like, you seen that shit pop up on the news? These motherfuckers were punching air.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that shit was pretty sick.
Yeah, and whoever sent the email, I thank you.
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, thank you.
Like
Yeah.
that dude in the comments, he commented under the photo or under the video, and he was like, "Free publicity." He was
Yeah.
like, "Love it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We love it. We're
Helped
eating.
us get our message out there. That's right.
Yeah. And our message is every woman and man is born with the right to freedom.
That's right.
You know?
Doesn't
That's
matter the
right.
color.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
No,
No
matter
exceptions.
disabilities.
No
Yeah.
exceptions.
We're not terrorists. We're not racist. We're not, none of that shit. We're just normal guys
Yeah.
hanging out.
That's right. And
We got a podcast.
I was telling you guys
Yeah.
about the public meeting that I was in this afternoon, and it wasn't my meeting, but I was there to observe, and they at the end they gave opportunity for public to speak, and it was about a public works function, a program, and a woman got up there and spoke about that material, that topic, and then took the opportunity to talk about me and this whole interview and free reign, and made a couple of statements that were disappointing. I was talking on this podcast, episode 21, about mowing people down, I think it was her terms, and then called me a terrorist, and that I should be terminated. And so after the meeting, she came by and she wanted to know more from me about what I was talking about.
So she said that, and then wanted to know more.
Yeah, then wanted to know more. And so I want to speak to her. I hope that she does watch this. And I told her I'd be happy to talk to her offline. We were my employer's business. I didn't want to mix free reign with my employer. So I told her I'd be happy to talk offline. But I'll speak to her now. And she had asked me, what's this about? Is it about black or Mexican or something like that? And I said, well, it's nothing about race. That's the only thing I told her. So I'll answer her. She had two beautiful girls, probably her granddaughters, and they were there with her. And so my answer to her question is, it's about those little girls. It's about their future. It's about them having an opportunity to live the way they want to live, to have opportunity to be successful in life. That's what this is about, right? It's exactly what this is about.
That lady has no idea what the fuck a terrorist is.
But go back to school.
What does she even
You
do?
kidding me?
I don't know.
What a
I
dumbass.
don't know anything about her.
Hopefully she watches it, but that's some dumbass shit. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's what we do. We're here about freedom, like you said. All
Yeah.
women and men, no exceptions.
You know what's crazy is
We speak our mind, she speaks her mind, she
Yeah.
says some dumbass shit.
Yeah,
Everything
Yeah, right.
nowadays.
Free to be a
is-
dumbass in
it has to
America.
do with race.
I know.
Why the fuck is everything has to do with race?
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
yeah,
Shut up. Like,
Yeah.
do you not want to live a normal, happy life without all this race bullshit you're talking about? Like, it's people like y'all that keep it going. No, it ain't about race.
yeah.
Did she say something about race?
Yeah, she asked if it was about black or Mexican or.
She didn't watch it.
Obviously.
Well, she
didn't
said
look-
she watched it, but
No, she didn't.
I don't know. But even
Like-
if she watched it, we know that folks that are watching media,
Hmm.
sort of that mainstream media stuff. There's a narrative out there. We talk about that, right?
Yeah.
The media is controlling the narrative in our country and even in Europe, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So if she's listening to those sort of standard media outlets, that she hears and she sees that quote, that probably caught her attention, like we were talking about. It's a shock value quote, right?
Mhm.
So if you
But
don't-
it's true.
yeah, but if
Like,
you
who are
don't,
you raised by?
if you're not been keeping up with what we do and what we're about, and you see that quote, it's gonna sort of influence. It's gonna taint how you think about us.
Yeah. Well, and you look at like a lot of like people who are doing these sorts of things, and a lot of these people are just reacting out of emotion. They're not using any sort of logic. They're not doing the research behind the brand or like the videos and
Hmm.
doing the back end work that needs to be done to truly understand a person. you know, they see one thing, it makes them feel a certain way, so they go say crazy things like that, like telling you that you need to be like ashamed of yourself for doing, like for speaking your mind and, you know, and standing up for what you believe is right.
Yeah.
You know, it's completely like an emotional response to something that needs to be handled logically.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about, you know, the less freedom we have, the more it hurts certain demographics and the most vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they can never get out of the hole. They'd never get that opportunity, right? The less freedom we have, the more it hurts the folks that are most vulnerable, disadvantaged. And so back to her question, we're here for all women and men, no exceptions. We want everybody to realize whatever opportunity they want. And they've got to have a lot of freedom to do that, right? So that's what we're here about.
Exactly.
So, you know, with all the crazy things going on right now, why don't we have her come on here and we'll put this on her platform where she speaks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She ain't got one.
Exactly. She
Ain't got shit.
And she wouldn't want
She
to come
ain't
on here
doing it.
anyways.
She ain't got the balls, you know, obviously. She ain't got the fucking nuts to hop on something like this and speak her mind and, you know, embrace that and try and get others to do the same deal.
Yeah.
You know, she wants to fucking wait till after you speak your mind and then she just wants to say something about it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with shit right now.
Yeah.
These
And
lazy
then ask.
motherfuckers. Dude.
Yeah. And then trying to do more
Yeah,
homework on
and
it.
then try to ask after she told you off. Ask what it's about.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
And-
like try flipping that. You know,
Right.
That's
Yeah, we
the
got
whole-
fucking Maynard bin Laden in here.
yeah.
That's the that's
Free
the
reign.
whole that's the whole
Fucking-
emotion over, you know, emotional response over
Yeah.
that, you know.
Free Reign Terrorist Podcast. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like, what terrorists do you know with the podcast? Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's the new age terrorism.
Yeah, new age.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that is.
With your mouth, you speak.
Yeah. New age terrorism.
You speak bullets.
Yeah.
Dude.
Jeez.
So as y'all can see, I'm the empathetic one. This bunch ain't.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I'm messing
Like,
with
you know
you
what I mean?
guys, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
See-
it's a good
Well,
point. I
yeah.
mean, if she would have approached me before and
Yeah.
or you know reached out to us through Free Reign and want to know more and kind of get educated on what we're about and still didn't like us, okay,
But if there was a civil war, those people wouldn't survive.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know,
You're gonna be yelling.
doesn't-
you're
it
gonna be
doesn't
yelling and
matter whether-
screaming,
yeah.
and the people that you're, you know, talking shit on are gonna be the ones
Yeah.
having, you know.
Now I'm gonna come fucking take your shit, motherfucker. What do you mean? Civil war? We're terrorists? All right. Whatever. You know?
yeah.
Come on, man. Terrorist with a podcast and a fucking business. Fucking
Yeah.
terrorist.
You know, but we also I know we got a lot of engagement today.
Yeah, we did. Thank you to everybody that hopped on there and,
Yeah.
and shared and, you know.
Good
all
comments,
that
bad
shit.
comments, don't
Yeah.
matter. We're creating discussion, right?
Yeah.
All the old people, all the new people, if you've been around since the beginning or not, like, you know, I've had people that I haven't talked to in years, you know, hit me up and, you know, just recognizing the things that we're doing. And I've heard that from, you know, everybody in this group, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So we appreciate everybody. So
Even the comments that don't agree with us, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
We're okay with that.
yeah,
And one
Yeah.
thing too,
I don't hate you.
it ain't about Biden. Like, you know, some people
Right.
like
Well,
Biden, some people like Trump. It ain't about Biden. It ain't about Trump. It's
Right.
about freedom.
Right.
Either way, if we have Biden in here or if we have Trump, we need freedom to the
Right.
max.
Right.
It had nothing to do with politics, really. Right.
Well,
We've gotten into
we'll be
some-
we'll be
a lot
fighting.
of it does have
Yeah.
to do with everything,
Nah.
every chaotic moment, fucking issue, any chaotic thing
Yeah.
that we are dealing with is directly correlated with politicians.
But
Yeah, I'm talking about our
brand.
brand, though. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
Our brand is freedom. It's
And-
not politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to be fighting for the same thing 10 years down the line when Trump and Biden are both not even eligible to be in office. You know, like
Yeah.
we're still like, that's where it's like it's more of the message than, you know, than the people.
Like
Yeah.
our brand is about freedom, and when
Yeah.
politicians get in the way of that,
Exactly.
we become
Or
what
take-
we are right now.
Yeah.
or take it away.
You know.
And they make decisions that will impact
Terrorist.
not just us, but everybody.
Yeah,
you
talking
know?
about terrorists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, like people that think like that, like you're gonna go up to a veteran and call him a terrorist for speaking his mind. Dude, in 1776, you would be hung.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'd be done for.
Yeah.
you're gonna call someone, you know, a veteran, a terrorist
Right.
for speaking his mind.
Right.
And then what were the other comments you got today?
Oh, you know, maybe I ought to be ashamed of myself or something like
Yeah,
that.
be ashamed of yourself.
It was another person.
So
yeah.
that motherfucker is gonna come up to you, as you're a veteran, and tell you should be ashamed of yourself for voicing your opinion. Yeah. That I'm just gonna hold it back.
Yeah.
You go off
You
the
know.
chain on that one.
But
Yeah, I mean,
But whoever that was, you're a fucking dumbass. You're a fucking idiot.
How
And I
about
bet
you,
you
Rein?
ain't done shit. Do they work for?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just, you know,
They're just an
citizens.
idiot.
So-
They're just a fucking idiot. You know, they ain't got no platform to speak on. They ain't got shit that they built. They're just fucking talking shit on somebody that they don't know, on a brand they don't know, calling a veteran a terrorist, and then the other one saying you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
And really, that shit goes to the wind.
Fuck them
'Cause
motherfuckers,
shit
dude.
keeps moving forward anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you think that shit's gonna stop us?
yeah. I mean, you
think that
you,
shit
you see how we move.
If that shit goes
like,
to the wind. That's not.
Yeah.
Come on.
But hey, like the dude said, you know, seems like everybody's got a podcast today.
Yeah.
We're the ones that are on the motherfucking news, so you know,
Whatever.
For real.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we put a lot of work into this brand. You know, I'm proud of it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud that we're speaking up, stepping up, and
Yeah.
even for folks like that you know don't know, we're for them.
Yeah.
We're trying to speak against this power structure and this broken system we've got in there, protecting them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, left, it really don't matter. There's
Don't
bad
matter.
people on both sides. You
That's
saw
right.
the GOP chairman in Arizona with Kerry
Right.
Lake. Look
Right.
up that snippet.
Yep. Yep.
There's bad people on both sides, and they work together.
Yep. The cards are stacked against us. That's what we're about, promoting freedom.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that all these people are saying bad things. It's like, if the movement that we're trying to, push, if that works, it's gonna work out for y'all too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
either way,
Right.
you're all gonna be living a better life. Y'all can talk shit all
Yeah.
you want,
Yep.
but it's for everybody. So if it works,
No, they want to pay. They want to pay a fuck ton of taxes and have chicks with dicks running
Yeah,
around, fucking with your kids,
That's
twerking in
that's
front of
crazy.
kids at elementary schools. You know, they want a bunch of illegals coming over the border and murdering fucking nursing students. You know, that's what they want. Pushing against what we're pushing for.
Yep.
That's what they're calling for.
Yep. They
You
want
know.
people to rent. They don't want people to
Yeah.
own things.
Yeah.
You know, they want to keep the poor.
Yeah.
They want. They
Yeah,
want.
and it's probably a bunch of, poor people that we're talking shit to, that ain't building nothing,
Yeah.
Makes sense. Just fucking mad. Just
Yeah.
fucking mad that somebody else is doing something cool.
That's how it
Yeah.
goes.
And they probably already didn't like you,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, I'm a
Then they told on you.
50-something-year-old
the
white
news.
guy, right? It's hard to be a
Fucking
50-something-year-old
racist.
white
You're so
guy.
racist.
Yeah. Half of them sit at home on fucking getting an unemployment check, every 2 weeks. They got the food stamps coming in the week after.
Racist
Like-
is a crazy word nowadays.
It's
Yeah.
thrown around
It's
so
so
much.
thrown-
It's such
so
a
loose.
conversation killer. You can't even ask somebody about their culture or their race without you, or mention it, or
Yeah.
point out the obvious without
Yeah.
being called racist.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just shut down.
Yeah.
Then it's just a conversation killer.
Yeah.
Like that's the most intelligent thing you could come up with is the word fucking racist.
That's why they say it, because it's a conversation killer. They don't want to have that conversation.
Mhm.
They don't know. They have no idea what's even going on except what everybody fucking tells them.
Yeah.
And they don't even know what's going on. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
it's just like a full circle of
yeah. I mean,
fuckery.
JJ, I'm sure you.
like for real.
Uh,
No way else to tell it.
JJ, you probably saw this clip. That girl that, who was it? The Turning Point USA with,
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. He posted this video where this girl was like yelling at him, calling him a fascist and all this other stuff. And then this guy goes up to her. He's like, do you know what like a fascist is? And she's like, well, I don't really know if he's actually a fascist because I don't know like the actual definition of it. And just plainly was pretty much like, I don't know really what I'm saying, but this is what he is, and he's got to go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just the same thing. People will just like we were talking about
They
in
just
the
listen
previous
to-
podcast. People will see one thing, it's like monkey see, monkey do. Like people will just like follow behind people blindly
Yeah.
because they don't want to be,
That's racist.
or well, they don't want to, they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, or they don't want to, piss a certain person off, or like,
Yeah.
just too sensitive and fucking, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've
About monkeys too much.
entered a state of society
Call racist.
where we're lazier, we're fatter, we're dumber, and we have technology to prop us up and make us look like something that we're not.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here, speaking exactly what's on our minds when everybody else isn't, because we look to provide that sense of freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, go back to that quote that they used on Fox 4, by itself, anybody that doesn't know us, hasn't been following us, it looks pretty serious, right? I can see why
What
people...
the quote?
Yeah. And so I say, if you go back and you watch all of our episodes and you see the diverse perspectives we have that we bring in and talk about shit, that conversation was, if there was a civil war, we're in a good position because we have guns, right? It's the folks, and the point I want to make is that my intention behind that was, in that conversation, was just recognizing that this structure, this political structure, this power structure that has control on things, you have people believing in that philosophy, right? That the regular people, just like us, they're regular people. They're just sort of on the other side of the spectrum, right? And they're following that narrative that the media has out there and the politicians have out there, and it's they're blindly following them, right? And so all we were saying was, we're going to be on the right side of the equation if there was conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just blindly following them. They don't understand how important having the right to bear arms is to fight off that power structure, that dictatorship kind of thing is all we were talking about, right? So,
I can't believe you even have to say that.
I know, but
It's like
Trying to-
it's like common sense.
at the same time, we want to be hard on those that don't know what they're talking about and are blindly following the narrative, the masses, right? We want. I mean, they are being stupid about it, right? But at the same time, we want to be a part of a country and a world that provides them opportunity to have that life that we all want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't hate them. We think they act stupid and blindly following people, right?
Mhm.
That don't mean we hate them. We have weapons to protect our whole country, to keep the government from
Exactly.
turning on us, right? Because our forefathers had that experience in other countries.
Fuck the king.
Right.
That's what they were saying.
Right.
And, a civil war today would be a lot different than the previous.
It would.
We're not going to go and kill our neighbor.
Yeah.
Like whoever the dumbasses were that made those comments, like we're not
Right.
going to come kill you. It's like, and the people that are running our country now, they would have been killed back in 1776 or,
Yeah.
around that time.
Right.
The war it'd be a civil war against us and them. You'd have
It's hard to
you'd
describe
have
who them
millions-
are, too,
You'd
right?
have establishment versus the rest.
Yeah. Right.
You'd
It's
have
hard-
millions of people rushing them wherever they're at.
Yeah.
That's what a civil war looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard
It's
to
not against these normal people that
That's
are
right.
working their job and living their life and they want a better. It's not any of us.
Right. That's
It's
right.
us against establishment.
That power structure. That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
And
right.
if you did watch through all the episodes that we do have, we only have 24. It wouldn't take you that long to
Yeah.
enjoy some podcasts. And I know these dumbasses that make those comments are probably watching Netflix. Switch the Netflix off and fucking turn the podcast on. Enjoy it before you make a fucking slick ass comment running your mouth like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
These
Civil
are-
War would look a lot different. It wouldn't be. I mean, maybe you'd have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
you know, all these illegals that, you know, Civil War breaks out, them motherfuckers are getting swept the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Worry
Yeah.
about the wrong shit.
There's some people out here that don't give a fuck like others do,
No, that's right.
you know.
Yeah, we have a lot. That's part of the problem is we have a lot of people that just sort of casually listen to, watch TV, watch the news, and they absorb what they're hearing, right? And and it's that narrative that we talk about. That's a bunch of bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And so they go about living their lives thinking this, whatever this narrative is, right? And they don't have no idea what actually is happening, and that their freedoms are slipping away. They're becoming more and more, we are as a society becoming more and more dependent on a government that's broken. And our politicians, including those presidents, are answering to this power structure that these folks don't even know about. These three companies, for example, that own 88% of the S&P 500, they're controlling most everything,
Yeah.
including the media.
That's,
Yeah.
talk about fascism.
Right. But unless
Look up the
folks-
definition. George Soros bought how many radio companies?
Yeah, just
The mainstream media news outlets are controlled by who?
those three companies.
You
yes.
know,
Vanguard, State Street, and BlackRock.
all the
Right.
single family homes are being bought up by who?
Right, them, the same. Right.
You know, there's people that
Those folks that are, hopefully they own their own home, but there's a lot of folks out there that are renting,
mhm.
and there's folks that are homeless. The homeless rate's increasing. It's because folks can't afford to rent or own their own home, and
Yeah.
it's intentional. It's
Yeah.
intentional.
Well, yeah, it's even the same thing when you look at we talked this about in previous podcasts, but like looking at all the music labels and like who's invested in those and owning
Mhm.
those.
Yeah.
The same people who are investing and owning these prisons, and you already know what they're pushing through those music labels and through these different deals that they're
Yeah.
that they're booking.
So
and
essentially,
doing.
the owners of these record labels, investors, like they can control what type of artists they bring in, which in
Yeah.
turn are the artists that are on the radio and on the music videos that everybody
Yeah.
ends up loving.
Okay.
And they might have a certain narrative that's going to promote violence and this and that and this type of lifestyle, and then all the people that listen to it, like you said, absorb it
Yep.
and become that.
Yeah. Even
And where do
unconsciously.
they end up?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that's
Right. And we know that they're creating divisiveness. Every opportunity they get, they want to
Mhm.
continue this divisiveness. They want to continue to have us hating each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that woman, I'm gonna give her benefit of the doubt. She just don't know what we're about, right? And she
Mhm.
automatically sees a middle-aged white guy, and automatically assumes it's got something to do with race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that-
racist. That's
I'm
racist.
It
That
is
she is
racist.
racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are racist. You made an assumption based upon somebody's fucking race.
Yeah.
Based,
Yeah.
but-
And even though you guys were on the interview, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's still possible I'm racist, and I got married a black woman and 27 years and had you two boys. I could still be a racist,
Yeah.
I suppose.
yeah.
Be kind of hard, but I guess so. So I don't know why she automatically went to that kind of assumption, but it's okay. We're not, right? And
Probably because there's other fucking goofball idiots that are calling you racist, and she hears about it.
well,
You know.
and we, like we just said, the narrative out there creates divisiveness.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everywhere we look, the media, the music, all that stuff is creating divisiveness.
Yeah.
We've got a month for everybody, every demographic, women versus men.
Most
Yeah,
of
all
the
of that
groups.
creates divisiveness.
Mhm. And my
You don't want to know White History Month. They'll start.
yeah.
They'll come after us on
When's
that
White
one.
History Month?
Yeah.
So
It's like-
all that nonsense that you had to deal with was over on that side, and on the other side, that I don't really bother going to because it's just not as good, But my buddy Russell always had this saying that venture outdoors. Russell Arnold, Warrensburg.
Yep.
He would always say, "There's only two things that come from Kansas: sunflowers and sons of bitches." That might piss some people off, but you got that type of shit going on. You got to deal with it in your workplace, dude. That's why fucking KCK sucks. You got diamonds in the rough. You Diana, Jeff Miles, fucking Reno, solid people. I mean, and then you got the duds. You know, it's
Well,
got the fucking runts
I
of the litter.
I do love public service. You guys know that. I've been doing this public service thing for a long time, and been in KCK for over 7 years now, and it's a cool community, right? It's just like every other community. You just got
It
folks
could be
that have their views.
fucking great. All
It
the
could
different
be.
cultures that
It
they
could
got
be
over
great.
there and the
That's right.
communities, like it's fucking badass. You
Yeah.
go over where's Brits, that
Yeah,
road.
that Strawberry Hill
Dude,
area.
that's a badass spot. You got
Yeah.
Taco Trail of America.
Central Avenue. Yeah, it's
You know,
it's great. Yeah,
even
there's a
18th
lot of-
Street, the shopping. I like going to the fucking China buffet and hitting
Yeah.
Tropicana and
Yeah,
fuck.
great diversity.
Shout
in
out to the
KCK.
Chinese
But
boy.
it's just fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
I
is
mean,
great.
everybody knows. If you're watching this podcast and you're on the Missouri side or on the Kansas, you know, state your case. You know, Chiefs are here, Royals are here. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We got
Get
sporting,
with it or
we
get
got the
hit with it.
Speedway.
Yeah.
You know, when people
We got-
when
we
people
got- we got a
fly
few
in here,
things
what
going.
city do they fly into? KC Mo.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I'm a Missouri guy, so
Yeah.
So are you guys.
Yeah.
Where they go?
Yeah.
KC Mo.
Yeah.
Come on, now, you don't go to party at KCK.
Yeah. You're right, though. It could be a great community.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a lot of strengths.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that I don't bother going there. It's you got slaps over there.
Yeah.
You got it's just a cool spot.
Yeah. Great
Just not
Mexican restaurants and slaps, and yeah, there's some good things over there. Real good things.
Yeah. Well, if we're good on this
Yeah.
deal,
I thought
Yeah.
the last 24 hours deserved follow up, right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we
yeah.
weren't
Oh,
really.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
kind of talking about doing one tomorrow and stuff. Dad walks in and it's
Yeah.
just like we're
Skip
fucking
the-
doing
yeah,
one
we-
now.
We need to hop on now.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, because I
Yeah.
just got done telling them like, no, we're gonna just do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just sit
Give
on
us
this.
a breather. This
Yeah.
dude walks in the door. We're doing it.
He's
So
like, let's go.
Oh yeah, right when he walks through the door, starts clapping. He's like, "Let's go!
yeah, yeah.
Time to shoot!"
It's we've worked really hard. We've lost a ton. We're gaining.
Yeah.
We're winning. We're praying. We're working. We're doing everything it fucking takes to get this KC Speakeasy opened and get the message out there
Yeah.
and do our best to be authentic.
You know, you bring that up, we'll just maybe wrap it up with this. We have sacrificed a lot, right? And we've had a lot of our close free reign circle helping us.
Yeah.
And love our friends. Couldn't be here without them, really. I mean, it would have been a lot
Yeah.
harder, right?
Absolutely.
But each of us, too, have sacrificed and put a lot of work into it, like you said. And each of us individually has had to work on ourselves individually to get through this, to be on our A game and fine tune our skills and understand how business works and, you know, the media stuff. You know, we've learned a lot and we've had to sacrifice a lot. And we've done some really good things. And it's all in the name of freedom for
Yeah.
everybody, no exceptions.
Yeah, we did start this in the living room as a family, and there was no conversation about money, making money.
Yeah.
It was all about the brand and the message,
Yep.
and that's what it's about. And
Yep.
we made this, and we'll make a ton of money here, but it's not about that.
All right.
You know, we're going to use the money here to continue to grow free reign
All right.
in different ways.
Yep.
So we definitely have a strong support system. I'd call it family.
Yep.
I've had so much help from
Yep.
Russ, Tommy,
Yeah.
John Kelly, Jason,
Yeah.
Levi, Deedle,
Right. A lot of people.
Russell Arnold, Tristan Gilbert,
Greg.
Greg,
Zane's
Caleb.
buddy. Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
it's been a
Tyson,
awesome ride.
Rachel, Brent, Nick.
Yep,
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah.
Brent and Nick.
Yeah.
We've been watching the playoffs with them, Super Bowl with them for the past
Yeah.
ever since Mahomes got here. So
And-
yeah, it's
and don't
tight
forget your
family.
mom. I mean, she was involved early and still
Mhm.
kind of
Shout out my
there.
mom.
Yeah.
Love
Yep.
you.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been a lot of work, been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work.
Crazy ride.
Yeah.
There's been points in this journey where we didn't know how we were going to get to the next step.
Yeah.
And it just
that
took
continues. We're still grinding, right?
and it's just this switch that you have to flip where you just have to make yourself believe,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So we're about freedom for every woman and man,
Every
dumbass
one.
or not.
Yep.
You know,
We want everybody to have
Dumbass
access to
or not.
opportunity.
It's-
Everybody gets access to opportunity in our world, right?
Yeah. We're authentic. We're only going to speak our mind. This is a place where you can watch, and you're not going to have to worry about if we're lying.
All right.
We're just fucking here. We're normal dudes. I'm drinking a fucking Modelo with the Marathon Media. Shout out Dakota and Quentin.
Yeah.
You know, we're just kicking it, supporting our people, trying to support you guys, even if you agree or not.
Yep.
We're just here. We're normal guys.
Yep.
So, with that being said, I think we're good here.
Yep.
Everybody live your free reign.
Appreciate you guys.
Love you guys.